He's here, putting his stamp right back on the competition, making a very comfortable and pretty much so far unchallenged run up into the winner side of top 8. iPhoenix here on the Snake here to test things. Snake been making waves, Toe Jam obviously top 8 at Gala, and has made it top 8 losers side here today. And we'll have to see what iPhoenix can do, having made it out sort of winner side with a very good win over Kendrick Olimar, I believe.
Yeah, and absolutely scintillating set as well. And here we see CurryGovernor taking us, presumably, of course, saying, no bans, I'm alright, I'm happy as houses, and swinging straight in with the bus sword on his traditional home, the Northeast's favourite. This is Pokemon Stadium 2, and CurryGovernor is quite confident in this matchup, reckons that he's beaten pretty much every Snake that he needs to beat, you know, a lot of the big hitters for the character. A character, as I said, at the likes of Garlovitz, had a real resurgence as of late, especially after the surprising placement on that big official Ultimate tier list. That came out not too terribly long ago. CurryGovernor, of course, though, not one to back down from a challenge, ready to just swing that Buster Sword every which way, and coming in with a dash attack to seal out that first stock.
Delightful stuff, and finds the first stock in probably the best way you're going to deal with Snake, and that's catching the landings. Because obviously Snake likes to hop around, lots of powerful aerial tools to zone out with, and obviously likes to high recover and then come down with a few raining explosives. You can try and play that air-to-air game, but then you're giving up that control of the ground. Your best bet is always to catch the landings on the ground, and CurryGovernor proving he knows exactly how to do that already, with iPhoenix up to 90 odd. Quick snap of the ledge with a climb hazard, and bang!
We talked about how iPhoenix was coming up. We talked about what he does when he's in the air. What does he do when he's sent down to the blast zone? Of course, he loses the stock off the back of that spike, a move that CurryGovernor has really been deploying a lot more recently. That cloud down air, sort of, aside from obviously that spike that we did just see, has been something CurryGovernor's deployed as sort of that close range tool, just to be like, I'm bringing this Buster Sword to my chest, and if you want to come and get me, you can, but you're going to take a hit for it as well. And at the minute, CurryGovernor is controlling the pace. Once again, that down tilt is going to send him up and away, and the C4 is planted, not quite ready to react to that, and getting blown up for it.
Yeah, I think that actually stuck him. Oh, what on earth! Back throw forward air! 2 stocks gone within like 8 seconds of one another. That was mental.
It looked like time was not quite on iPhoenix side, but it was his time. His time was now, and that back throw forward air was amazing. Brilliant work there. Just that quick fix to that problem that was mounting so high. A few grenades, and this is even.
Yeah, look at this. Straight away, you see the confidence back into iPhoenix. Immediately going for another stick. Didn't quite find it. Finds it there, though. Just multiple stick attempts and finds the second success so far, but Limit is on the board. Limit is meant to be broken, but iPhoenix again catching the landing. CurryGovernor gets caught with the delayed hit, still able to make it back to the ledge and hold on to it, but now is going to be forced to spend it to get back. Beep Beep doesn't do its job at the ledge, so Curry's still alive for now. Up B, definitely a miss input here.
Off and away, flying into the sky. Where you going, iPhoenix? Want to rise, not quite from the ashes. You've not lost your stock yet. Wants to create some ashes though with some more grenade explosions, pulling them out fast. And Fury's big back air would have sent Cloud at a horrendous angle, if not just outright killing, swinging the Buster Sword and clanking with the grenades. We talked about CurryGovern's early confidence, and it seems to, while it's not dispelled, of course, taken, as we saw, with a little chuckle and another head, that back throw forward in his stride. Not quite able to land anything yet. Those big hits of Snake are going to be looking even bigger, and you can't probably contest because of the grenade, but finding that way in and catching a landing with a dash attack.
Just barely gets caught holding in as well. That wouldn't have killed with perfect DI, but that's the thing about Cloud dash attack. Way too fast to react with perfect DI more times than not, especially when you get caught running in like that. That was a very, very tricky, iPhoenix was moving really, really nicely, the short hops, the reverses, and actually threw out that down air on shield, but ended it early, only landing after like 2 hits instead of the usual 4, mixing up the timing on CurryGovernor's shield. That is punishable, but you have to react to it ending early, and you don't want to let an up B out of shield rip too early, especially in that situation, because you lose your stock straight away for it. But in the end, great patience from Curry, finds himself just barely 1 game up, but iPhoenix looking at just as big a threat as any here.
Yeah, and especially after things were so heavily in CurryGovernor's favour for a large part of that game one, able to dispel it, of course, with that huge forwarder, that big axe kick sending Curry down and away. But this time, you're going to have to do a little bit more than that. Of course, you're able to bring it back then. But CurryGovernor at that point was able to just use the advantage he'd then accumulated to make sure the stock and the game, of course, ultimately was sealed out. CurryGovernor is one for this pressure, one for this move and weaving in and out. We saw it there, just waiting, not too eager to challenge Snake in the moment. Just maybe, just having that pressure by saying, I am present, I am here, I'm watching what you're doing, and catching with the falling up end, knowing exactly how Snake wants to land, getting a grenade, Z dropping it, and getting the shield, but nothing more! Oh, just that glancing hit at the limit cross slash, not enough though to dispel the heavy master of CQC.
Oh yeah, Curry's been absolutely bullying the shield from iPhoenix, getting the shield smaller and smaller, finding that shield poke, limit cross slash, loses the jump, but gets hit with the late hit actually. We're gonna have to, lets just the one hit of the up B go. If Curry went back down with that one, then definitely would have died, but iPhoenix is there with the pickup, and it's just about sneaking into the lead here. Whoa!
Ooh, and wanting to sneak in an RPG, a weapon that's so against Snake's philosophy, that stealth gameplay in his home series, just bringing the biggest possible explosive he can with him to the ultimate fight, wanting to get this second stock of CurryGovernor now. Of course, now CurryGovernor does have to find that stock amidst the hail of grenades, which are coming at you thick and fast. If you're clanking with them, you're going to take percent. If you're going in and not quite hitting iPhoenix, you're going to take some percent, as we see right now, up throwing the grenade and getting out of dodge, but not getting that final decisive hit on this first stock of game two, landing the forward air, but still not quite enough.
Still not quite, just trying to drop the down air below, very iffy, almost gets caught with the get up attack after the Cypher, has limit, isn't forced to spend it, a lot of explosives at the ledge, gets the grab into the up smash hit, but Curry recovers high, gets the forward air, still not a kill. And now it's iPhoenix's turn to go way high, dropping plenty of explosives down in his wake. Whoa, limit just barely expired, so it was just a regular Blade Beam, allowing iPhoenix to immediately punish. Very unfortunate timing there from Curry, and is now down 3 stocks to 1 all of a sudden.
That sinister 16th second was what was needed for iPhoenix to secure that stock with that scintillating up there. But right now, CurryGovernor is trying, hammering away at that shield again. But it's iPhoenix again, now not afraid to deploy. CurryGovernor's been bounced up by the grenade, getting that neutral air in, getting those down airs in where iPhoenix can. Going for that up air. CurryGovernor wants a quick fix to that problem. And looking at that up air, you could tell which one he was potentially hunting for, maybe wanting that big finishing touch. Instead, it's the fancy footwork and the use of the cross slash to just make sure iPhoenix can't come in, but it's just that patience. Come on back then, and then I'm going to hit you with my biggest, fastest attack, that amazingly strong up air, and it's off the stage for CurryGovernor, going out with a bang to the third successful C4 we've seen so far.
Yeah, the space control immaculate from iPhoenix, not allowing Curry to move around, because that's when Curry is sort of the most terrifying. When the movement is just all over the shop, you don't know when he's committing, when he's not, you don't know what machinations lie in the mind behind that beautiful face of his. But when you kind of stifle him, pin him into a corner, keep cutting him off at every turn, he loses a bit of that steam. And so that's what iPhoenix is implementing in order to shut the Governor down, but still plenty of gameplay left in this first winner's semi-final set. Still plenty of sets left in this beautiful top 8 as we head into game 3.
And still plenty of drive left in the tank here, undeterred by that game 2, which looked pretty much all iPhoenix after a very CurryGovernor dominated game 1. Straight back into proceedings, just wanting to land those big hits with the Buster Sword. We noticed that maybe spacing them a little bit closer, maybe going for those more in close range moves compared to before, because CurryGovernor is usually a master at spacing around with the massive length of the Buster Sword, but that puts you further away from Snake, and because of that, it's going to be that little bit harder to do something, launching that up smash there to make sure that even though the climb hazard did land its mark, nothing came of it. There we go, the down throw into the F tilt, sending CurryGovernor off away.
The down throw, you sort of slip slightly off the ledge because of the collision boxes, and you're just a prime target for that forward tilt. I don't know if it's true, but it's definitely somewhere close to it. Now, Curry having to do all the work to catch up. Oh my god! Perfect spacing, lines it up, and tees iPhoenix head into the cheap seats. Delicious.
An absolutely amazing use of Cloud's fastest and absolutely best smash attack. That up smash, of course, receiving a couple of buffs over the lifespan of Ultimate and just able to cleave your opponent in twain with the most fierce slash that Cloud can muster at the moment. It's looking a little bit even Stevens, neither wanting to really commit though, just finding the point and going in for that safe as houses, but being able to pull a grenade and using it to maybe save himself there. It's iPhoenix dodging through the cross slash and sending CurryGovernor off stage, going in, teasing the RPG. That F smash would have been horrendous, even if it's not killing you, it's sending you off at an angle that is so bad for Cloud. Great work there from iPhoenix to cover the recovery and make sure that that sticky situation didn't get any hairier.
I do want to say, iPhoenix is kind of just running in a little bit more than he needs to right now. He's pulling grenades and then rolling or sort of running towards Curry with the pull grenade so that the grenade is covering the space behind him. It's kind of a little bit redundant, you know? So, just barely scraping that shield poke there. Beautifully designed and set up. That's what Curry's been hunting for throughout this set. Just pulling the shield forward as big, meaty, chunky hits right onto iPhoenix's head time after time. And right now, Curry's regained just that little bit of control that he needs here, Hobart.
Yeah, and using that forward air to do so. Forward air's favourite friend, CurryGovernor, an absolute master of the move, spacing it so well. And we noticed before as well, CurryGovernor, of course, a big proprietor of Cloud's ginormously useful back air as well. But we've seen iPhoenix really play around that so well by using Snake's crawl and crouch animation, able to go so low at the ground, lying almost completely flat, and using that to get around the danger of the back air. CurryGovernor's ready, wants to go off, you can see, and does so using that down air. There we saw it again. CurryGovernor had two options there, either let the limit rip and just annihilate you, but if you miss, you're off stage. You're in a situation you don't want to be in as Cloud Strife, but preserving it, keeping it for that movement, and that's something CurryGovernor's really been working on, sort of playing, funnily enough, Sephiroth of all characters, you know, a character that he was mega wanting to be in the game, not really playing much of after release, of course, playing very differently to the person who torments most, Cloud Strife, but using it for movement, using it to think, my presence is enough to pressure you, and using it to sort of hone in again. I'm good with Cloud's movement, but how can I be better? And then applying all of what he's learned to limit there, and that's what we saw in practice there. Again, could have let limit rip and deliver that one big hit, or just provide that pressure and land it with something a little bit more standard, and that's how CurryGovernor sealed out game 2. Again, pretty back and forth, and all it took was CurryGovernor taking that one step up for things to start spiraling into his favour. iPhoenix, though, not out of it yet, Foxwell.
Liking this from iPhoenix, playing just a little bit more careful, trying to catch the landing, but Curry is on you like a hawk. This is your winner's side game if you're not careful. Limit available, but lovely catch on the landing. That dash attack, so potent for that. The movement from Curry, he's looking real nice. Like, iPhoenix hasn't had the opportunity to pull a grenade in the last however long, but there we go. Yeah,
just using that limit just to keep the pressure in there. Again, just being in iPhoenix's face for so long. The tech was there. The up smash, though, met a shield. Wanting him with a sticky there, potentially, iPhoenix. It did go onto the floor there at the back half of the stage. Wanting to challenge with the up tilt, but CurryGovernor is then switching it in after, again, using that forward air a bit more prevalently to start that advantage state. Then using the back air to keep iPhoenix in the corner and finishing things off once again. Not quite finding the solution to this mounting problem is iPhoenix, but wanting to find a way in.
Just trying desperately, but lovely B reverse. That's such an ambiguous situation on shield that iPhoenix isn't trying to mess with it, and rightfully so. But again, that shield's getting a little bit small. Oh, there we go. Runs in with the grenade. Has that to just keep Curry in the air, keep Curry uncomfortable. The C4, gorgeous timing. Gets the parry. And that is going to be a nice little tapping on the up tilt. The parries, hello. I think it's coming alive here.
Yeah, really nice work there, just timing it so expertly. Just, you know, with Cloud's big buster sword, you can just time it to the hit. You can just then punish him. And when you've got a boot as big as Snake's, when your legs can reach so high, you knock Cloud's jaw clean off. That's, of course, what you're going to do. Going back and forth at the moment, just throwing stuff at each other. CurryGovernor wanting to capitalize on the explosion of Snake's own grenade, but doesn't find it there. iPhoenix, we saw that again, just plucking that grenade, ready to crouch in and out, keeping CurryGovernor guessing what aerial's going to be best. Are you even going to want to come in? But jumping that tomahawk straight in there with the cross slash, just wary though, aware of where that C4 was and playing around it to make sure that iPhoenix isn't able to get a sniff in at the moment. Jabbing the shield and just backing straight off. The big hit of the nair came out, but the back air is even bigger.
Yeah, calling out the spot dodge, not like claiming center stage and catching the option at the same time. Love a little wave bounce on the C4 just to retreat right to the corner, but you cannot be putting moves like that on my shield, says CurryGovernor. Whoosh!
Wave bounce straight into bouncing into CurryGovernor's face. There is iPhoenix and taking the forward into down smash for his troubles. You've seen now, like it, you've seen it never before. CurryGovernor just hanging around ledge and just keeping you in the corner, throwing you away and say, that's fine, you want out that corner, there's a perfectly good one. However, here's a down air and here's my up air as well, keeping you in the sky, wanting to keep up there for 4 minutes, looking like he needs to get in the pool right now, landing those safely after that stint in the sky.
Oh my god, and he has it. Isn't forced to use it just yet. iPhoenix needs to control the bleeding, but the back air, scooping back round to center. CurryGovernor seals it off 3-1. I mean, once the jets are firing, once this man is just going and going and going, like, of course you're going to be scared of him. Of course you're going to sit there and shield on that platform because, like, what on earth are you supposed to do? He could drop, he could do the up air while falling. He could do nothing and then jump up air. He could do nothing and then jump back air. And then, or do what he actually did, land Tomahawk, get you even further up into the air. I mean, just, there's way too many options and I don't know what you're supposed to do there if you're iPhoenix.
You talk about Snake's arsenal, which of course gives him that heavy weight. You know, he's got everything in the kitchen sink in that pack of his. And yet you're sat there overwhelmed by the onslaught of the arsenal of CurryGovernor, whose character only has a sword, a bit of magic. Of course, there's 2 materia in that sword. I don't know what they are. They could be anything. It's clearly not anything magical, but a magical performance there by CurryGovernor as he's able to weave his way into a winner's finals position. Of course, waiting to be joined by one of these 2 fine competitors who we've got coming up next.